Dear Father, I lift my heart in gratitude to you. The morning sun rises because you spoke it into being. The breath that fills my lungs is a gift of mercy. The stillness of this moment reminds me that your presence goes before me. I thank you for the night that has passed, for the unseen battles you fought on my behalf, for the protection that surrounded me when I lay unaware. I thank you for keeping me from dangers that I could not perceive, for holding me with hands that never grow weary, for speaking peace over my spirit even as I slept. You are the reason I awaken with hope. You are the reason joy whispers into my soul as light breaks the darkness. I remember your words that say the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases, His mercies never come to an end, they are new every morning. I rest in that truth. I declare that this day begins not with my strength, but with yours. I declare that I step into this day clothed in grace, anchored in faith, and surrounded by love. I thank you for the simple blessings that my heart often overlooks, for the sound of life around me, for the people I hold dear, for the hope that lingers even in uncertain seasons. I give you my first words, my first thoughts, my first breath, for you alone are worthy of the beginning and the ending. As I rise into this day, I call forth your presence to guide every step. I will not walk in fear, for you have not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I command the atmosphere of this day to align with your will. I declare peace over every moment that awaits me. I speak favor into every encounter. I call forth clarity into every decision. Let the light of your countenance shine upon me, so that no shadow of doubt or confusion can cloud my path. I receive wisdom from above, wisdom that is pure, peaceable, gentle, and full of mercy. Let that wisdom rest upon me as I speak, as I listen, as I choose the direction of my steps. I embrace the words of Scripture that remind me, the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord, and He delights in His way. I believe that every detail of this day is under your divine orchestration. Nothing is outside your sight, nothing escapes your power, nothing is beyond your love. I affirm that I am not alone, for you walk beside me. I affirm that I am not helpless, for your Spirit strengthens me. I affirm that I am not forgotten, for you call me by name. I choose to walk slowly, intentionally, with awareness of your nearness, with reverence for your glory, with gratitude for every unfolding moment. Today I command my heart to be steadfast. I command my thoughts to rest on what is true, what is pure, what is lovely, what is of good report. I silence every voice of fear and magnify the voice of truth. I command my tongue to speak life and not death, to speak hope and not despair, to speak faith and not doubt. I declare that my hands will bring blessing, that my work will prosper, that my interactions will carry light. I affirm that I am like a tree planted by streams of water, that my roots go deep, that my leaves will not wither, that in due season I will bear fruit. I embrace the promise that goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. I embrace the truth that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I embrace the assurance that the one who began a good work in me will carry it to completion. I yield every worry, every fear, every uncertainty into your hands. I stand on the promise, be still and know that I am God. And so in stillness I rest, in faith I rise, in love I walk forward into this day. I lift my eyes to the heavens and remember that you are my source. The sun rises because you sustain it. The earth turns because you command it. My heart beats because you breathe life into me. I stand in awe of the power that holds the universe, yet stoops low to guide my steps. I whisper thanks for the grace that covers me, grace that shields me from what could have destroyed me, grace that lifts me when I stumble, grace that whispers my name when the noise of the world grows loud. I yield this day into that grace. I do not lean on my own understanding. I acknowledge you in all my ways. I know that as I do, you make my path straight, so I welcome divine alignment. I welcome holy interruptions. I welcome unseen angels that walk with me. I welcome your Spirit that teaches, convicts, comforts, and directs. I affirm that this day will unfold with purpose. I affirm that nothing in it will be wasted. Even trials will become testimonies. Even delays will become redirections. Even pain will produce strength. I hold this truth close, letting it steady me like an anchor in deep waters. I speak over my morning with boldness. I declare that the first light will carry peace into my soul. I declare that the tasks before me will not overwhelm me. I declare that my mind will be clear, focused, and fruitful. I command weariness to leave. I command distraction to fade. I command every spirit of heaviness to be broken. I stand clothed with the garment of praise. I remind myself of your word that says, "You will keep in perfect peace the one whose mind is stayed on you." So I fix my mind on you, not on the demands of the day, not on the uncertainties that whisper doubts, not on the storms that threaten, but on you, on your power, on your faithfulness, on your unfailing love. I step forward carrying light, light that darkness cannot comprehend, light that shines even in hidden places, light that testifies to your goodness. I speak to my morning and say, "Arise with joy." I speak to my soul and say, "Rest in the Lord." I speak to my heart and say, "Trust without fear." As the hours unfold, I speak into the noon. Let the middle of the day not be burdened by anxiety. Let the heat of the day not weaken my resolve. Let every conversation be seasoned with grace. Let every encounter be marked by kindness. I declare that favor will surround me like a shield. I affirm that doors will open at the sound of my footsteps. I affirm that opportunities aligned with heaven's purpose will find me. I affirm that even what looks ordinary will be infused with blessing. I remember the words, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." So I walk knowing I am pursued by mercy. I walk knowing I am carried by love. I walk knowing I am strengthened by hope. I will not shrink back in fear. I will not stumble in confusion. I will not drown in worry. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He restores my soul. He leads me beside still waters. Even if shadows stretch across my path, I will not fear. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And with that assurance, I step deeper into this day with confidence and quiet strength. I command the afternoon to be fruitful. Let every moment carry weight and meaning. Let the works of my hands prosper, not for my glory, but for yours. Let diligence rise within me. Let excellence govern my efforts. Let focus steady my mind. I release the burden of striving. I embrace the rest that comes from trusting in you. I remember the promise that says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it." So I yield all my labor to you. I yield every plan, every meeting, every word I will speak. I choose not to chase what fades. I choose to pursue what lasts. I affirm that fruit will spring forth in due time. I affirm that seeds planted today will not be wasted. I affirm that even small beginnings carry the spark of greatness. I rest in the assurance that nothing entrusted to you will ever be lost. I rest in the truth that you complete what you begin. And I walk in the joy that comes from knowing the end is already written in victory. I command the evening to bring peace. As the sun begins its descent, let my soul find calm. Let my spirit rejoice in the progress made. Let my heart resist the urge to complain. I speak gratitude into the close of the day. Gratitude for what went well. Gratitude even for what seemed difficult. Gratitude for the unseen ways you worked in silence. I affirm that I am not behind. I affirm that I am exactly where I should be in your timing. I affirm that delays are not denials. I affirm that disappointments are redirections. Your word says, "All things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose." I hold on to that. I breathe it in deeply. I let it sink into my bones. I let it shape my perspective. I let it carry me into the night without fear of tomorrow. For tomorrow is already held in your hand, and I am safe. I command the night to be restful. Let peace cover my home. Let safety surround those I love. Let unseen battles be won by your power. Let angels stand guard at the doorposts. I declare that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I declare that no scheme of the enemy shall prevail. I declare that every curse is broken, every chain undone, every shadow lifted. I embrace the stillness of the night as a gift. I embrace rest as worship. I embrace silence as an invitation to trust. Your word reminds me, he gives his beloved sleep. So I release every anxious thought. I release every unfinished task. I release every heavy burden. I choose to dwell in the secret place of the Most High. I choose to abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I declare, the Lord is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. And with that declaration, I close the day with peace in my heart, strength in my spirit, and joy awaiting the dawn of another gift of life. I rise again with strength renewed. This new day stands before me as an unwritten page. I choose to fill it with trust, with hope, with love. The mistakes of yesterday do not follow me here. The victories of yesterday remind me that you are faithful still. I declare that this day will not be wasted. Every second will be marked with purpose. Every step will be guided by light. Every word will be seasoned with grace. I call forth peace into the morning hours. I call forth clarity into my mind. I call forth courage into my heart. I remember the promise that says, "Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." I hold it close as I begin. I hold it close when doubt arises. I hold it close when I am tempted to shrink back. This is a day of strength. This is a day of favor. This is a day of new beginnings. I speak to the road that lies ahead. Be cleared of obstacles that are not meant for me. Be open to opportunities that align with my destiny. Be filled with signs of grace that remind me I am never alone. I reject fear of the unknown. I reject discouragement from the past. I reject voices that whisper defeat. I embrace the promise that greater is He who is in me than he who is in the world. I affirm that I walk in power. I affirm that I walk in love. I affirm that I walk with a sound mind. The light of the righteous shines brighter and brighter until the perfect day. So my path grows brighter. My vision grows clearer. My steps grow stronger. I am not stagnant. I am not forgotten. I am moving forward under the covering of grace. I trust that even when I cannot see, you are guiding me still. I declare blessings over the people I will meet. Let kindness overflow from my heart. Let compassion guide my words. Let patience shape my responses. I declare that my presence will carry peace, that my smile will carry healing, that my words will carry hope. I remember the command, "Let your light so shine before others that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." So I choose to shine, not with my own strength, but with the light that comes from you. I affirm that every interaction is an opportunity to reflect love. Every encounter is a chance to build and not tear down. Every relationship is a field where seeds of goodness can be planted. I will not waste the chance to be a vessel of blessing. I will not overlook the quiet opportunities to serve. I will not hold back generosity when I can give. This day belongs to you, and I walk through it with open hands, open heart, and a spirit ready to receive and ready to give. I speak strength into the middle of this day. Let no weariness steal my focus. Let no heaviness weigh down my spirit. Let no distraction pull me away from purpose. I embrace the truth that says, "The joy of the Lord is my strength." That joy cannot be stolen. That joy cannot be dimmed. That joy cannot be destroyed. I choose joy when circumstances try to overwhelm me. I choose joy when things do not go as planned. I choose joy because joy is rooted in you, not in my surroundings. I command my heart to stay steady. I command my thoughts to remain clear. I command my spirit to stay aligned with heaven's rhythm. I affirm that peace surrounds me like a river. I affirm that wisdom rises within me. I affirm that clarity rests upon my mind. This is not a day of confusion. This is not a day of failure. This is a day of victory unfolding in small and unseen ways. I release gratitude into the atmosphere. Gratitude for what I can see. Gratitude for what I cannot yet see. Gratitude for promises still waiting to be fulfilled. Gratitude for answers already on their way. I remember the words, "Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God." So I rejoice with a quiet heart. I pray with an open spirit. I give thanks with a trusting soul. Even when things seem uncertain, I hold gratitude like a lantern in the night. It lights the path before me. It reminds me that I am not forsaken. It steadies me when storms try to rise. Gratitude shifts my perspective. Gratitude opens my eyes to hidden blessings. Gratitude keeps me anchored in love. And so I dwell in it as the hours pass, letting it guide me gently forward. I command the close of this day to bring rest and refreshing. Let the evening hours whisper peace. Let the shadows of night carry assurance, not fear. Let the stillness wrap around me like a cloak of safety. I affirm that the Lord is my refuge and fortress. I affirm that under His wings I will find shelter. I affirm that His faithfulness is a shield around me. Though darkness falls, light still dwells within me. Though the world grows quiet, heaven still sings over me. Though the night stretches long, hope rises with the stars. Your word says, when you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. So I yield to sweet rest. I yield to calm dreams. I yield to the peace that surpasses understanding. And as I close my eyes, I trust that tomorrow will rise with new mercies, fresh hope, and unshakable love, waiting to greet me once again. I speak over this day with boldness and faith. The morning rises with possibility, and I choose to see it through eyes of hope. I will not allow fear to dictate my steps. I will not allow doubt to weaken my resolve. I will not allow negativity to take root in my thoughts. I affirm that the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? I affirm that the Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? I affirm that with God on my side, no force can prevail against me. The path before me is cleared by unseen hands. The doors before me are opened by divine command. The blessings of this day are released by heaven's decree. I align myself with that decree. I walk into what has already been spoken over my life. I embrace what has already been written in the scrolls of eternity. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I speak protection into the atmosphere around me. Let no harm come near my dwelling. Let no evil plan succeed against me. Let no weapon formed against me prosper. I cover my family, my home, my loved ones under the shadow of the Almighty. He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. 1,000 may fall at my side, 10,000 at my right hand, but it will not come near me. I walk in safety because angels are given charge over me. They bear me up in their hands. They guard me in all my ways. I do not stumble into traps set by the enemy. I do not fall into pits of despair. I do not wander into paths of destruction. The Lord goes before me as a shield. The Lord stands behind me as my rear guard. The Lord surrounds me with favor as with a shield. And so I walk fearless, steady, confident in his covering. I speak renewal into my spirit. Let strength flow like rivers through my veins. Let clarity spring up like dawn breaking through the clouds. Let peace settle like dew upon the fields of my heart. I affirm that my mind is sound. I affirm that my body is strong. I affirm that my spirit is anchored. The same power that raised Christ from the dead dwells in me. That power quickens my mortal body. That power restores my weary soul. That power ignites my inner fire. I refuse to walk in weakness when strength has been given. I refuse to bow to despair when joy has been promised. I refuse to yield to fear when perfect love casts out fear. I choose life. I choose faith. I choose peace. And as I carry these choices into the heart of the day, I know I am upheld, sustained, and carried by everlasting arms that never let go. I declare that favor will find me in unexpected places. The doors I knock on will not remain closed. The paths I walk will open into wide spaces. The people I meet will be messengers of blessing, carriers of encouragement, and partners in destiny. I will not miss divine appointments. I will not overlook small beginnings. I will not despise the ordinary, for within it lies extraordinary purpose. I speak life over my assignments. I speak fruitfulness over my labor. I speak increase over my efforts. Your word says that whatever I do shall prosper, so I do not strive in vain. I do not toil in fear. I do not walk in scarcity. I am like a tree planted by the rivers of water. I yield fruit in season. My leaf does not wither. All that I touch carries the mark of blessing. All that I release carries the fragrance of grace. All that I pour out is replenished by heaven's supply. I declare that peace will guard my heart. I will not be shaken by sudden fear. I will not be moved by bad reports. I will not be consumed by anxious thoughts. The peace of God, which passes all understanding, guards my heart and my mind. That peace is a shield against worry. That peace is a fortress against despair. That peace is a song in the night and a calm in the storm. I affirm that my mind is steady. I affirm that my heart is whole. I affirm that my spirit rests in quiet confidence. The Lord blesses his people with peace. He speaks stillness into the raging waters. He calms the wind with a word. And I receive that calmness. I breathe in that stillness. I walk with that peace like a garment around me. Nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing stolen. Only wholeness, fullness, and rest. I declare that my words today will carry light. They will not wound. They will not destroy. They will not scatter. They will heal. They will restore. They will build. Let the meditation of my heart and the words of my mouth be acceptable in your sight. Let my speech be seasoned with grace. Let my tongue become a fountain of life. I affirm that I will not speak idle words. I affirm that I will not waste breath on bitterness. I affirm that I will not magnify doubt with careless speech. I will declare what is true. I will affirm what is noble. I will speak what is lovely. My voice will carry encouragement. My presence will bring peace. My words will echo hope. And in everything I say, I will point to the goodness of God that carries me, surrounds me, and defines the very rhythm of my life. I declare that no temptation will overtake me beyond what I can bear. I affirm that with every challenge comes a way of escape. I will not stumble into hidden traps. I will not be ensnared by old patterns. I will not surrender to fleeting desires. I am clothed in righteousness. I am strengthened by truth. I am guided by the Spirit who leads me into all truth. The light within me is greater than the shadows around me. The voice within me is stronger than the whispers of deception. The power within me is greater than the pull of sin. I set my eyes on what is eternal. I fix my heart on what is pure. I anchor my soul in what is unshakable. I affirm that I have the mind of Christ. I affirm that my heart delights in holiness. I affirm that my spirit longs for the ways of God. And in that longing, I find strength to resist, strength to endure, strength to overcome. I declare that healing flows through me. Every cell responds to the touch of the Creator. Every fiber of my being is renewed by His Word. Every breath is a reminder of His sustaining power. I speak life into my body. I speak strength into my bones. I speak wholeness into my mind. I speak restoration into my spirit. I affirm that by His stripes I am healed. I affirm that He sent His word and healed my disease. I affirm that the prayer of faith raises up the weary. Sickness has no dominion here. Affliction cannot linger. Weakness cannot take root. The Spirit of life in Christ Jesus has set me free from the law of sin and death. I walk in freedom. I walk in wellness. I walk in renewal each day. And as I walk, I carry this healing presence to others, releasing comfort, releasing hope, releasing strength. I declare that the atmosphere around me shifts in favor. I affirm that doors open at the sound of my knock. I affirm that paths clear at the steps of my feet. I affirm that favor surrounds me like a shield. Not because of merit, not because of striving, but because I am a child of promise. I am chosen, I am beloved, I am called. Kings will rise to honor what God has placed in me. Nations will recognize the light that shines through me. Strangers will extend kindness that can only be explained by grace. I do not walk in scarcity. I do not walk in limitation. I do not walk in rejection. I am accepted in the beloved. I am seated in heavenly places. I am crowned with loving kindness and tender mercies. And with this crown, I step into the day fearless, hopeful, and ready to shine with the brilliance of divine favor. I declare that my footsteps are ordered. I will not wander aimlessly. I will not stumble in confusion. I will not waste time on paths that lead nowhere. Each step is guided by wisdom. Each decision is covered by grace. Each turn is aligned with divine purpose. Your word says that the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord and He delights in His way. So I walk with confidence. I walk with assurance. I walk with peace. The road ahead may twist and turn, but I will not be afraid. The journey may stretch long, but I will not be weary. The destination may be unseen, but I know the one who leads. He is faithful. He is unchanging. He is good. I choose to trust the process. I choose to embrace the timing. I choose to rest in the one who makes all things beautiful in His time. I declare that my hands are blessed. Whatever I touch today will prosper. Whatever I build will stand firm. Whatever I give will return multiplied. I will not labor in vain. I will not sow into barren soil. I will not waste what has been entrusted to me. The blessing of the Lord makes rich and adds no sorrow. So I release sorrow. I release toil. I release striving. I work from a place of rest. I create from a place of inspiration. I build from a place of wisdom. My hands will serve others. My hands will lift the weary. My hands will bring comfort to the broken. My hands will carry hope. And as I stretch them forth, heaven stretches forth with me, multiplying every effort and magnifying every seed. I declare that my spirit remains unshaken. Storms may rise, but I will not be moved. Winds may blow, but I will not fall. Floods may surge, but I will stand. For I am built upon the rock. That rock is unmovable. That rock is unshakable. That rock is eternal. The wise man builds his house upon the rock, and and though the rain falls and the floods come, it will not collapse. So I build here. I anchor here. I remain here. I affirm that my faith is steady. I affirm that my hope is strong. I affirm that my love endures. Nothing will uproot me. Nothing will break me. Nothing will silence me. I am planted like a tree by the rivers of water, bearing fruit in every season, flourishing in every circumstance, and standing as a testimony of the faithfulness of God. I declare that my mind is renewed with truth. I will not dwell on lies that weaken me. I will not entertain thoughts that destroy peace. I will not meditate on fears that drain hope. Instead, I think on what is true. I think on what is noble. I think on what is just. I think on what is pure and lovely. I think on what is praiseworthy. I affirm that the peace of God guards my mind like a fortress. I affirm that wisdom from above guides my decisions. I affirm that discernment sharpens my vision. My thoughts are aligned with the mind of Christ. My imagination is sanctified by the Spirit. My plans are directed by divine counsel. I reject confusion. I reject despair. I reject double-mindedness. I walk in clarity. I walk in confidence. I walk in soundness of mind, steady and sure. I declare that joy will be my strength, not fleeting joy that depends on circumstances, not shallow joy that fades with the day, but deep, unshakable joy rooted in the presence of God. The joy of the Lord is my strength. That strength sustains me when I am weary. That strength carries me when I feel weak. That strength uplifts me when burdens grow heavy. I rejoice in small things. I rejoice in unseen victories. I rejoice in promises yet to come. My heart is light because hope is alive. My spirit is lifted because grace is abundant. My soul sings because love never fails. I affirm that joy flows like rivers through me. I affirm that joy rises like dawn within me. I affirm that joy is my song, my shield and my testimony. This joy will not be stolen. This joy will not be silenced. This joy will not be quenched. I declare that love will be my language. Every word I speak will be seasoned with grace. Every action I take will be rooted in kindness. Every decision I make will reflect compassion. I refuse to walk in bitterness. I refuse to harbor unforgiveness. I refuse to let anger rule my heart. Instead, I choose love that covers a multitude of sins. I choose love that bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. I choose love that never fails. I affirm that I am patient. I affirm that I am kind. I affirm that I am slow to anger and abounding in mercy. My love will heal wounds. My love will build bridges. My love will reflect the heart of God. And in walking in this love, I will shine as light in dark places, as a vessel of peace, as a testimony of heaven's goodness on earth. I declare that favor surrounds me like a shield. Opportunities are drawn to me by divine design. Doors that no one can shut are opened before me. The path of the righteous shines brighter and brighter. My steps are ordered by the Lord. I do not stumble into error. I do not wander into confusion. I walk with assurance. I walk with stability. I walk with dignity as one who belongs to God. Wherever I go, favor precedes me. Favor follows me. Favor rests upon me. I am not overlooked. I am not forgotten. I am seen. I am known. I am chosen. And what God has set apart for me will reach me in His time. I affirm that provision is my portion. I do not live in lack. I do not live in fear of scarcity. I live in the abundance of God's supply. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. The cattle on 1,000 hills belong to Him. Every resource, every blessing, every treasure in the heavens and on the earth flows from His hand. He is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. I affirm that my needs are met. I affirm that my table is prepared. I affirm that my cup runs over. I am not anxious about tomorrow. I am not shaken by the storms. I am not bound by the fear of loss. I trust the one who provides daily bread. I rest in His faithfulness. I live in His sufficiency. I declare that strength rises within me. I do not faint in the day of adversity. I do not shrink back when battles rage. I do not surrender to weariness. They that wait upon the Lord renew their strength. They mount up with wings like eagles. They run and are not weary. They walk and do not faint. This is my testimony. I am resilient. I am enduring. I am unshaken by trials. I am unbroken by storms. I rise again when I fall. I push forward when resistance comes. I shine brighter in the face of darkness. For the Spirit of the Lord strengthens me. The joy of the Lord empowers me. The word of the Lord sustains me. and His grace is sufficient in all things. I declare that peace is my dwelling place. Not the peace of the world that fades with conflict, not the peace that trembles in uncertainty, but the peace that surpasses all understanding, peace that calms the storm inside, peace that silences the voices of fear, peace that steadies the heart in waiting. I rest in this peace. I breathe in this peace. I live in this peace. It guards my heart. It guards my mind. It carries me when burdens press. It holds me when nights feel long. It whispers hope in the silence. I am not troubled. I am not anxious. I am not afraid. For perfect peace anchors my soul. I affirm that healing flows through me. Every cell responds to divine order. Every organ aligns with heavenly design. Every system functions in wholeness. By His stripes I am healed. By His word I am restored. By His Spirit I am renewed. Sickness cannot dwell in me. Disease cannot take root in me. Weakness cannot break me. I rise with vitality. I rise with strength. I rise with health. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead gives life to my mortal body. Life abundant, life overflowing, life unshaken by decay. I affirm that I walk in healing. I affirm that I walk in wellness. I affirm that I walk in the fullness of life. I declare that courage fills my spirit. I do not retreat in fear. I do not bow to intimidation. I do not surrender to doubt. I am strong and courageous. I face giants with confidence. I cross rivers with faith. I climb mountains with endurance. I walk through valleys with assurance. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Every tongue that rises against me is silenced. Every scheme set against me is dismantled. I stand firm. I stand bold. I stand unshaken. Courage is my song. Courage is my garment. Courage is my inheritance. And with this courage I walk forward, not in my strength, but in the power of the one who called me. I declare that light is my portion. Darkness cannot overwhelm me. Confusion cannot blind me. Fear cannot paralyze me. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? His word is a lamp unto my feet. His word is a light unto my path. I walk in clarity. I walk in revelation. I walk in wisdom. The shadows of doubt fade away. The weight of despair lifts off. The heaviness of night cannot linger where light has come. I shine as a city on a hill. I shine as a lamp upon a stand. I shine as a witness to truth. I am radiant. I am visible. I am unhidden. For the light of Christ in me cannot be extinguished. I affirm that guidance is sure in my life. I do not wander aimlessly. I do not move without direction. I do not stumble into pits of despair. The Lord leads me beside still waters. The Lord makes straight my paths. He orders my steps. He sets my feet upon solid ground. When I do not know which way to go, His voice whispers behind me saying, "This is the way, walk in it." I trust His leading. I trust His timing. I trust His wisdom. I will not be hurried by fear. I will not be pressured by men. I will not be distracted by noise. I lean into His Spirit. I listen to His counsel. I follow His instruction. And because I am led, I will arrive at the place prepared for me. I declare that victory is written over me. Battles do not define me. Struggles do not consume me. Defeat does not belong to me. For thanks be to God who always causes me to triumph. I overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of my testimony. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Every opposition becomes a platform. Every storm becomes a testimony. I am more than a conqueror. I am equipped for every good work. I am armed with divine power to pull down strongholds. No chain can hold me. No wall can resist me. No enemy can prevail against me. My victory is not temporary. My victory is eternal. My victory is secured in Christ, and I will walk in it all the days of my life. I declare that hope anchors my soul, hope that does not disappoint, hope that holds steady through storms, hope that endures through silence. I am not moved by what I see. I am not shaken by what I hear. I am not discouraged by what I feel. I hold fast to promises that cannot fail. I cling to words that cannot return empty. I rest in faithfulness that cannot be broken. My eyes are lifted beyond the present. My heart is fixed on what is eternal. My spirit leans into what is unseen. Hope steadies me. Hope secures me. Hope defines me. And with this hope, I wait with confidence, knowing that what God has spoken will surely come to pass. I affirm that grace abounds toward me. Grace greater than my weakness. Grace deeper than my failures. Grace stronger than my fears. I do not earn it. I do not deserve it. Yet it overflows. Grace covers me when I fall. Grace lifts me when I stumble. Grace restores me when I wander. Where sin abounded, grace abounded much more. I am not condemned, I am not rejected, I am not forsaken, I am embraced, I am accepted, I am loved without measure. Grace empowers me to rise, grace enables me to endure, grace equips me to shine, and through this grace I live free, whole, and renewed. I declare that faith is alive within me, not empty faith built on sand, not shallow faith shaken by winds, but living faith rooted in God's word. Faith that believes all things, faith that hopes all things, faith that endures all things. I speak to mountains and they move. I declare to valleys and they rise. I walk on waters that others fear to touch. I trust when there is no sign. I believe when there is no proof. I stand firm when everything shakes. For the just shall live by faith. This faith shields me. This faith lifts me. This faith sustains me. And by this faith, I overcome the world. I declare that my tongue is consecrated. I will not speak idle words. I will not release poison. I will not tear down with my lips. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and I choose life. I choose to bless and not to curse. I choose to heal and not to wound. I choose to build and not to break. My words will water dry ground. My words will bring comfort to the weary. My words will open doors for favor. My lips will declare the promises of God. My mouth will testify of His goodness. My speech will reflect His wisdom. I affirm that rivers of living water flow from me. I affirm that truth and grace flow freely from me. I affirm that every word I release aligns with the will of God and carries the fragrance of heaven. I affirm that my relationships are blessed. Those who walk with me will find peace. Those who sit with me will encounter grace. Those who labor with me will taste fruitfulness. I reject strife. I reject division. I reject bitterness. I embrace unity. I embrace forgiveness. I embrace harmony. Love binds us together in perfectness. Kindness shapes our fellowship. Compassion fuels our connection. I affirm that my family is a garden of joy. I affirm that my friendships are streams of refreshment. I affirm that my partnerships are platforms for growth. No weapon formed against my relationships shall prosper. No scheme to break covenant will succeed. No shadow of offense will steal what God has joined. I declare that time is redeemed in my life. I will not waste the hours given to me. I will not squander the days entrusted to me. I will not bury the gifts placed in me. The times and seasons are in His hands, and my times are hidden in Him. The morning will not pass me by. The evening will not overtake me in regret. Every moment carries weight. Every hour carries promise. Every season carries purpose. I walk wisely, redeeming the time. I walk diligently, sowing with intention. I walk faithfully, reaping with joy. I affirm that delays cannot stop me. I affirm that setbacks cannot hinder me. I affirm that wasted years are restored to me, and I will live full of days, fruitful in labor and fulfilled in destiny. I declare that wisdom crowns my decisions. I will not walk in folly. I will not stumble in ignorance. I will not be deceived by appearances. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and I treasure His counsel above gold. I lean not on my own understanding. I acknowledge Him in all my ways, and He directs my paths. My thoughts are clear. My choices are sound. My judgments are righteous. Wisdom guards me like a shield. Wisdom lifts me like a friend. Wisdom preserves me like a fortress. I affirm that I carry insight beyond my years. I affirm that I discern the hidden motives of hearts. I affirm that I walk in prudence, patience, and discernment. And in wisdom, I build, establish, and flourish. I affirm that creativity flows through me. I am not barren in ideas. I am not empty in vision. I am not dry in imagination. The Spirit of God gives me inspiration. He teaches my hands to war and my fingers to create. He fills my mind with fresh concepts. He stirs my heart with new designs. He breathes life into my words and works. I see what others overlook. I hear what others ignore. I dream what others fear to attempt. I affirm that songs rise within me. I affirm that solutions spring out of me. I affirm that innovations are birthed through me. My creativity will serve nations. My creativity will glorify God. My creativity will outlive me, leaving seeds for generations to come. I declare that endurance anchors my race. I do not give up in the middle. I do not faint under pressure. I do not turn back when it gets hard. I run with patience the race set before me. I fix my eyes on the author and finisher of faith. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling. I cast off every weight. I lay aside every sin that entangles. I push through every obstacle. Trials refine me. Challenges shape me, delays strengthen me. I am steadfast, I am unmovable, I am always abounding in the work of the Lord. For my labor is not in vain. I affirm that perseverance will complete its work in me. I affirm that endurance will perfect me. I affirm that I will finish well, with joy, and with a crown that does not fade. I declare that wisdom crowns my decisions. I will not walk in folly. I will not stumble in ignorance. I will not be deceived by appearances. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and I treasure his counsel above gold. I lean not on my own understanding. I acknowledge him in all my ways, and he directs my paths. My thoughts are clear. My choices are sound. My judgments are righteous. Wisdom guards me like a shield. Wisdom lifts me like a friend. Wisdom preserves me like a fortress. I affirm that I carry insight beyond my years. I affirm that I discern the hidden motives of hearts. I affirm that I walk in prudence, patience, and discernment, and in wisdom I build, establish, and flourish. I affirm that creativity flows through me. I am not barren in ideas. I am not empty in vision. I am not dry in imagination. The Spirit of God gives me inspiration. He teaches my hands to war and my fingers to create. He fills my mind with fresh concepts. He stirs my heart with new designs. He breathes life into my words and works. I see what others overlook. I hear what others ignore. I dream what others fear to attempt. I affirm that songs rise within me. I affirm that solutions spring out of me. I affirm that innovations are birthed through me. My creativity will serve nations. My creativity will glorify God. My creativity will outlive me, leaving seeds for generations to come. I declare that endurance anchors my race. I do not give up in the middle. I do not faint under pressure. I do not turn back when it gets hard. I run with patience the race set before me. I fix my eyes on the author and finisher of faith. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling. I cast off every weight. I lay aside every sin that entangles. I push through every obstacle. Trials refine me. Challenges shape me. Delays strengthen me. I am steadfast, I am unmovable, I am always abounding in the work of the Lord. For my labor is not in vain. I affirm that perseverance will complete its work in me. I affirm that endurance will perfect me. I affirm that I will finish well, with joy, and with a crown that does not fade. I declare that destiny unfolds without hindrance. Every plan written for me before time began is established. Every promise spoken over me before birth is fulfilled. Every assignment placed upon me in heaven is released on earth. No force can erase it. No power can delay it. No scheme can alter it. The counsel of the Lord stands forever. His purposes prevail through generations. I walk in paths already prepared. I step into doors already ordained. I rise into positions already reserved. I am aligned with eternal will. I am secured in divine order. I am carried by unseen hands into my future. I affirm that nothing is wasted. I affirm that nothing is lost. I affirm that everything works together for good as my destiny takes shape before me. I affirm that glory rests upon my life, not fading glory that men applaud, not shallow glory that disappears with seasons, but lasting glory that comes from God alone. The earth shall be filled with the knowledge of his glory, as waters cover the sea, and I am a vessel of that glory. I shine with radiance not my own. I reflect a brilliance that draws eyes upward. I carry light that transforms atmospheres. Where I go, heaviness lifts. Where I stand, darkness flees. Where I speak, truth awakens. I am not hidden under a bushel. I am not buried under fear. I am not silenced by doubt. I affirm that the glory of the latter house shall be greater than the former. I affirm that my life testifies to excellence, beauty, and power that flows from above. I affirm that I move from glory to glory with unveiled face before him. I declare that eternity is my anchor. I do not live for fleeting crowns. I do not chase fading treasures. I do not cling to passing pleasures. My eyes are set on things above. My heart is hidden where Christ is seated. My soul longs for an eternal city whose builder is God. I labor with eternity in mind. I sow with eternity in heart. I endure with eternity in vision. Death does not terrify me. Grave does not defeat me. Time does not diminish me. For to live is Christ, and to die is gain. I am a pilgrim passing through. I am a steward of borrowed days. I am an heir of everlasting promises. I affirm that eternity gives me courage. I affirm that eternity gives me perspective. I affirm that eternity secures my hope, my joy, my crown, and my song forever. In Jesus' name, amen.